The snow is snowing. The wind is blowing.
But I can weather out the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I've got this show to keep me warm. Hello, everyone out there listening. I am the one and only Teej, and you are listening to A Final Word with Teej. Yeah, we've changed the name of the show because, unfortunately, this is my last semester here at UC, and consequently, my last year with Bearcast. You know, my last season here on Bearcast, and it's a really weird way to start off the season, I gotta be honest with you, but I thought that I should be out there in front, that sort of bit right there. Okay, I guess we go on with the regular stuff, right, Terry? Got Terry once again here in the studio with me, trying to make sure that I don't do anything stupid, but we know that that's on the docket anyways, so what he's truly doing here is... Why are you here, Terry? Oh, that's right, they won't let me on the air unless I'm chaperoned. Forgot about that. Never mind. Hello out there. Who are you? Are you the same person? Are you different people? Like, what's going on right here? Are there new people out there? Can you raise your hand? Yeah, you in the back. What's your name? Jamal! Nice to meet you, Jamal. That's great. So, like I said, I am the one and only Teej, and for those of you who don't know really how this goes, I have this kind of conscious stream of thought going on for the next 2 hours, and hopefully by the end of it, someone's still listening. Beyond that, we have a whole bunch of other amazing things geared up for this new season, because we gotta get new material in, and we gotta revisit some old ideas as well, because evidently people haven't really caught on quite yet with, thinking rationally about things, and so consequently, my job is not complete. And although this may be my last semester here at UC and my last season of Bearcast, doesn't mean I'm going anywhere. Alright, it might be I'm going a little bit somewhere, but I mean, it's just a different URL. Is that difficult? You know, never mind. It is that difficult to get people to go to a URL that they've never been to before. It is amazing. Don't get me wrong. There's all sorts of sketchy websites out there. There's all sorts of schemers lurking in the corners. And actually, we're probably going to get to a story about that later, but you gotta, keep around for that long. That sort of bit right there. It's part of the social contract, that sort of thing right there. I didn't make the rules, okay? God. Yeah, but with all of this, Hey, Terry? Did someone clean up in here? Because it doesn't smell like sweat and ass. It kind of smells kind of nice in here. The floors look like... I don't know if the floors have ever been this color. Like, this is kind of freaking me out. Did someone clean in here? Everyone has moved this stuff around. I can't find anything, and... Where's Susan's castle? Who's Susan? Susan the gnome? Don't play games with me, Terry. Alright, you know what? I don't have time to really explain this to you either, unfortunately. We got a whole bunch of other things to do. But, you have the opportunity to catch up just a little bit right there, because all this stuff is available to you on YouTube. That's right, a website that you've already been to. So there's no extra work involved. You already know where it is. If you look for the Teej, you look for the one and only Teej, you look for Surrender Sanity, any of those things, they will bring you to me. But if that's too difficult for you, you can always go to the Book of Faces, the Facebook. That's the Teej, T-E-E-J. You can find me there. Please like that page, and then I get to talk to you and that sort of bit, and we get to communicate and build this wonderful community that we are so desperately trying to unify. Sound good? Fantastic. Well, I don't really... I like the whole fact that the place is clean and everything. It's just a little bit weird, and I'm gonna have to get used to it, alright? Honestly, it smells like a Glade plug-in. I bet there's one lurking in the corner. I think I'm allergic to those. Oh, dear. We're gonna have to keep an eye out for that. Oh boy, getting distracted as always though. So, talking about the future at least, going on with that, I have no idea where I'm going to be in 6 months, and I might have to go on another little vacation, in which case, I might actually disappear and fall off the face of the earth again. Don't worry, that's kind of like planned out in my mind thus far, so I will be returning to you is what I'm trying to get at. But let's not talk about those sad times. Let's talk about what's in the near future, what I'm providing to you, my typical social contract with you, first episode, that sort of thing right there. I am promising you more content, more original content. So we're talking about short stories, we're talking about a new radio drama that I'm working on, and actually I'm going to need some help casting. Well, not casting. We're going to need some voice actors, I imagine, which is going to be strange to begin with, but that's another topic. Oh, boy. But yeah, I'm talking about more little sound bits, more little vibes, more little PSAs, because we cannot have enough public service announcements, that sort of thing right there. And Well, if Terry did his job, we should have a brand new sponsors coming around this semester too, which I'm pretty excited about, which is going to be difficult to beat last semester's considering all the fantastic names that we were able to get in. Facebook, Apple, Starbucks, just to name a couple. Yeah, sponsors of this show. Would you believe that? It's freaking amazing. But then I also had this up-and-coming business, which actually, since the last time I was on air, has been doing amazingly well. I don't really know how to explain how fantastic this new dating app has become. And so, just keeping it in the loop and to show my appreciation for this company, I'd just like to play their spot again, that sort of thing right there. And see if you remember this.
Let's see. What about me? Well, I'm an avid reader. Just got through my copy of Atlas Shrugged for the 4th time.
Has this ever happened to you? With the statistical rise of fascists in this country, it's becoming more and more terrifying to place yourself out there in the dating world. There are still good people out there, but sometimes it's difficult to see anymore. Until now. Introducing thesocialist.com. Finally, a dating site designed by the people, for the people. Forget searching through binders full of women to find that special someone. Now you have the option to familiarize yourself with personal profiles of fellow socialites based upon important fields such as favorite contradiction in American values, which socialized service do you most appreciate, and existential thoughts. Whether it's just meeting up at a favorite non-chain cafe to discuss how to best organize the proletariat, or mindlessly screwing each other's brains out in order to cope with the loss of rationality in this society, The Socialist has something for everyone. We may have to wait for selfish-minded individuals to die in order to improve the situations in this world, but in the meantime, we can at least try to prevent any more of them from being born. So sign up for your free trial of The Socialist and see what we can do for you. The Socialist, the people's dating site. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, I'm not an app person. I have absolutely no apps. I still live in an appless society, and it is beautiful, it is great, and you could still go back to that if you really want to. But if you're having some problems in the dating game, that sort of thing right there, I highly recommend checking out thesocialist.com. I've been hearing nothing but glowing reviews of it. And that's going to be my plug for that, at least. I think it's time to kick it over to some music, get some dancing done, and oh! I forgot to introduce you! I'm so sorry. I get blank-minded and that sort of thing. So, to kick off our first episode of the season, I brought Sydney back into the studio, and she's going to be with us here for the rest of the night. Would you like to say hi?
Howdy, you people! It's me, Sydney. I'm a dog, and I'm just so glad to be back with you. Of course, you remember me from last time, and the fun time.
Well, actually, Sydney, that doesn't necessarily mean that these are the same people.
Well, I met them before, and I know they're going to come back just for me. I know that.
Well, that may be very well true, but we didn't really advertise the fact that you're going to be here, and so it's sort of a surprise. And so, for those faithful listeners out there, this one's for you, that sort of thing. And how about this song as well? We're going to kick it off right.